Yeah, now I should have a chat because that's crazy. YouTube is getting like real crazy. That's really crazy. You gotta have it. Let me see if that works. Yeah, I see the chat button. Yeah, pop back up. That's crazy. So to have a chat, you have to make mark your live is not for kids. If it's for kids, you can't get a chat box. That is insane. That's really crazy. So anyway, let me do the live over and say this because I don't want to be here long. Um, yeah. So anyway, um, I noticed that people been kind of getting a little nasty and back to the nonsense that they be doing because I've been saying what I have to say. The Xbox and the PlayStation, yes, the Xbox is the more powerful console. No, you don't need an engineering degree to be able to read the spec sheet and see that. No, you don't need to be some kind of tech engineer in order to say, hey, 3.8 is stronger than 3.5. A lot of y'all not looking at the core clock speed as well. And the core clock speed for the Xbox One is very impressive compared to the PlayStation. But I'm gonna let Digital Foundry tell y'all that because I know when it comes to me, you guys are not gonna do that. Yo, my man, relax in the chat because I'm ignoring you. I'm looking at your profile picture, and I'm just waiting to block you. So just relax because I already know you the goons is back on deck or whatever because I see the comments and the stupid stuff that's being done. So just know that going forward, I got no time for it. Man, let me turn that off. I don't need all those messages. What's Gully? What did the title mess up? Let me see. I can't see it from here. Anyway, I'm live. I'll fix it once I'm done because I'm not gonna be here that long. So anyway, yeah, I've been telling people about the you know that from what I see on the spec sheet that the PlayStation is a less powerful, and then people were defending it by saying the SSD is quicker. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to say that the PlayStation SSD is a secret source, right? For the Sony community, and you guys are sounding like Xbox sounded in 2013 when they were talking about the cloud. And at the end of the day, you guys don't have to rely on the SSD saving the console or that making it have a conversation or a topic in the power levels. Like, let me say it like this: you don't need the SSD excuse in order to make the PlayStation have some kind of power over the Xbox. Yes, it's a better feature if utilized, but the odds of them utilizing that feature are small because, simply put, if it's not a first party studio that's developing an exclusive for PlayStation, wouldn't they have to keep that in mind for Xbox if the game is a multi-plat? Wouldn't they have to keep that in mind if the game is on PC? Yes, PC uses SSD, and the speed of one SSD is different from another, and yada, 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 technical crap. But the bottom line is the way that the Sony guys are explaining this feature, that means that only Sony games will probably use it based off what you guys are saying. I don't think you need to be a specialist or a tech expert to know that. So that's why I was trying to say last night on the podcast that the SSD talk sounds like secret sauce. It sounds like you guys are praying and hoping that that SSD is going to make the PlayStation more of a powerful console. And at the end of the day, you could have a 5.5 gigahertz 8 core clock per core speed console, and if developers don't utilize that power, it doesn't mean anything. And you don't have to be a tech expert to know that. So at the end of the day, yes, the PlayStation is the less powerful console, but they'll probably still have the better exclusives. We know this already. I'm getting me a PS5 as soon as one's available, and I can get it because I don't know what's going on with this whole situation with everything being shut down. I don't think those consoles will be easy to get when they first launch. I really don't. And I think you'll probably be doing some things strange for some change to get one, but we'll see. Because I was saying that and people were like, oh, no, no. I'm like, nah, the way things sound, that console's not going to be easy to get. So at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to say no need for you PlayStation dudes to start attacking people, unfollowing people, stalking people, harassing people, just getting emotional and carrying on out here. The PlayStation is a great console. The PS5 is a great console. It's no need to carry on like that. I see a lot of you guys out there tripping, man. And it's been happening ever since, they talked about the specs. He said, so with that being said, man, I just want to let you guys know that, I figured I'd do a live real quick and tell you, people were acting kind of nonsensible. So I decided to go live because I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I've been living life. As you can see, I'm outside. Nobody's outside. I'm the only person out here. Things are really spooky. Another thing I want to talk about too is, you guys know what's going on out in the world. It's a national emergency. You guys have to keep that in mind when you're trying to bother people, that people have lives, things are going on. Not everybody has time to argue about PlayStation and Xbox. There's real world things happening. And I'm one of those people that I have a lot of real world things that I do. So I don't have time to sit on Twitter or in the comment section arguing with people who want the SSD to be the best secret source ever. And I'm just here to remind y'all that y'all do sound like Xbox did in 2013. And y'all will hear a lot of me saying that on Twitter and on YouTube. So I'm just preparing y'all, so when y'all hear it, y'all know that I'm saying that. I'll probably start a new trend of people telling y'all that secret source, because y'all do need to know that's the truth. You get mad when I tell you, hey, relying on the SSD to make it have a power argument in the conversation of which console is more powerful, it's the truth. So with the exclusive that Sony releases, you have nothing to worry about. You get what I'm saying? So you should be good. Should be good. So no need to carry on, because I've been getting a lot of weird comments and messages lately. A lot of bad energy just for saying that the Xbox is more powerful than the PS5. And it's a fact. It is. You don't need a degree to know that. You don't need a degree in engineering and computer science to know this, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to just talk to you guys a little bit, and then I'm going to get out of here. So, just keep in mind, people are in a state of emergency and in quarantine. People are sick. Things are going on when you guys decide you got all day to be on Twitter arguing, okay? Anyway, so with that being said, any questions, man? I'm in New York right now. Things are really dire here. 20,000 people. Not doing good right now. Yeah. Let me know what y'all saying in the comments before I leave. I don't think it's a hoax, but I do think other stuff is going on. I won't get into that, but all I know is I hope you guys been taking care of y'all financials and doing what you have to do financially, because things are getting ready to get bad, man. That's all I can tell y'all. A lot of people not gonna get called back to work. A lot of jobs going to be lost. And like I said, hopefully people will be able to get PS5 and Xbox Ones and stuff out there. Man, y'all getting like off topic. You said stop defending Xbox. You know MS and Xbox fans don't like blacks. I don't know that, and I really don't care. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, it's too much like deep diving, like, why can't y'all just go back to just playing the games? Like, it's way too much deep diving in this community now, man. Everybody's an engineer and an expert and got something to say about something, and it's just like, yo, just play the games, dog. It's too much left field conversations going on to me. This thing is not like a cold. A lot of you guys don't know. Y'all think y'all know, but the bottom line is, like, what's happening is that thing is mutating and people are getting pneumonia, and it's very serious. So I wouldn't take it so nonchalantly. Friday, when I was going to the barbershop, I saw like a bunch of people in the park. And regardless, at the end of the day, if germs are being passed around, it's not about you, it's about older people. You get what I'm saying? So I be seeing people like have no regard. They don't care no more. It shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be that way. People should care more about other people, man. People should really care more about other people, and they don't. So now there's like a state of emergency now because of that, because people are not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So just keep in mind, you gotta worry about not you sometimes, it's about other people. You gotta look out for other people. That's another thing too in this community, why I think a lot of people are like that. The gaming hobby makes you a selfish person. A lot of people who game don't have kids. You know, a person who has kids like me versus someone who doesn't, I can see the difference in how they act. They act so entitled and selfish, like Sony is supposed to do this just because. It's just a console. It's just a video game system. They don't owe you anything. If you don't like it, go buy an Xbox. They don't care what you buy. If you're not giving them money, they don't care about you. So people act like they're entitled to certain things. And y'all got to stop being like that. That's why we're in a state of emergency now. People knew how to listen. There wouldn't be all these quarantines and all this silly stuff that's going on right now. You know what I mean? But like I said, Friday in New York, it hit 74 degrees. I was driving by the parks, and every park was crowded with a bunch of people just disregarding the whole thing that, you're not supposed to be, social like that. You're supposed to have the 6 feet of social distance. People were like shirtless, leaning on each other, touching each other. Some people even had on masks. I'm like, what are you doing with a mask on if you're leaning on somebody? Silly. So, the next 2 months is going to be interesting. You know what I mean? And I don't think those consoles will be readily available anyway due to the fact that all of this is happening. Now, I know in Wuhan, China, the last couple of days they haven't had any issues as far as new issues. So with that being said, hopefully things will get better, but it's going to take time. And those long-term effects economically are going to cause a lot of people to lose their jobs and not have money. So granted, y'all can sit on Twitter and YouTube all day arguing about Sony and Xbox, but man, a lot of people not going to be able to afford that new PlayStation and Xbox. You're going to have to be careful when you go to pick it up. You might need to have it delivered. It's getting crazy out here. A lot of these gamers don't have real responsibilities. They stay in the crib anyway. I mean, it's kind of obvious that's what it is, that these are people that don't have kids and responsibilities. So they stay in the house and they have time to get emotional and angry and upset with you. It's kind of obvious. I figured that out. I've been learning that the last couple of months, that the people who are arguing me is because they have nothing better to do. And I try not to think like that. I try to be like, hey man, you know what? Everybody got some kind of responsibilities, but I guess that's not the case. I guess that's not true. I guess you have people out there who don't have responsibilities, so they have all day to be on your neck and tweeting you and talking about personal things or things that they think they know about you and slandering you. And I be just sitting there like, me, I don't got time. I used to have time, I'll admit, but now I don't. So I ignore a lot of that stuff. But yeah, man, people be having all day, dog. I have days when I'll take time and entertain it, but it's very rare now that I have time to engage with people like that. Kobe and his daughter is in a cemetery in Corona, CA. Tom Hanks lied and said he has it. First U.S. case they say was in Seattle. Hanks was in Sleepless in Seattle movie. I mean, like I said, dog, this is not really like, it's granted, if people listened, I don't think it would be this bad, but you guys are definitely not respecting it for what it is. Yes, people are really sick. It's not a hoax, but yes, it is being used for other things. But you got to understand, why would the government let a good crisis go to waste anyway? You know what I mean? Why would they let a good crisis go to waste anyway? Now, at the end of the day, y'all thinking it's a hoax, but what are y'all doing to prepare about that? You know what I mean? A lot of people are going to lose their job behind a hoax. They said the unemployment rate is going to hit 30%. The highest the unemployment rate has ever hit is 24% in 1929. Do y'all understand that? Like, I know that y'all think I'm stupid, but since y'all want to talk, let's talk. I know a lot about these things. The lowest financial point for America was in 1929 through 1933 when we were in the Great Depression. That was before all of us were born and even all of our parents. The only people who were alive for that were some of your grandparents and your great-grandparents, if you're lucky enough to have those. Now, that was 24%. They're predicting 30% unemployment rates. Do y'all guys understand what's getting ready to happen? The National Guard is riding around people's cities right now. I'm not trying to scare you or get too deep into it because I don't want to get sniped by YouTube, but you guys got to understand it's getting ready to get really crazy, man. And you guys are worrying about if PlayStation SSD is faster than Xbox. And I hate to say this, but that's why it'd be hard for me to engage in certain parts of the conversation because there's so much more serious things happening. You may not get a PS5. You may never see a PS5 or a new Xbox One X, Series X. It may never come out. Yo, and I hate to say that, but I'll be more willing to argue about a PS5 when I got one in my living room, because I don't know when those things are going to get manufactured and released. It's so bad they have not announced it yet. They still officially have not announced that the PS5 is coming out at such and such time. They haven't done that yet. And it's probably because they don't know when they'll be able to get it manufactured and released. Because stuff is crazy, man. Stuff is crazy out here. Stuff is crazy. Y'all don't understand. They're getting ready to give people $1,000 debit card, and that's an e-currency, which means it's a different currency from what we currently use. The banks are going down to 0% interest, which is like a historic low. I mean, you'll never get it, but at the end of the day, you know, you're worrying about PlayStation's SSD. There's other things to worry about right now, y'all. And the hoax is supposed to end April 21st. I'm glad you guys have a date for that. But in New York, they expect the peak of this epidemic to be over on May. And they said they expect to hit the peak by April 20th. So I heard that whole April 20th date, but that's not what our governor is saying in New York. So just to let you guys know, I know that's a thing that people believe is a hoax, and they have a date. How could they know when it's going to end? This is just based off the data that they have, that they say that. That's what they expect. But in New York City, where I'm at, they expect the peak of this to hit by April 20th. And we're currently, as of right now, at 20,000 people here in this city. You get what I'm saying? I'm the only one outside right now. He said bodies dropping left and right. People worried about video games. Like I said, I know in this community, it's a lot of selfish people. You got grown men that's running around here 40 years old with no kids. You got to think about that. What kind of person is that? That you are 40 years old with no kids. Now, I'm not knocking it, but you got to keep in mind, what kind of person is that? He's going to have a childish or a selfish mindset 9 out of 10 times, because a lot of dudes who don't have kids that's my age, they'll tell you in a heartbeat, I'm not having no kids. I want to have all my toys to myself, or something along those lines. And like I said, I'm not knocking it. What you do with your life is your life. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with you, because I already know what your mindset is. Missile, what's good, man? What's good? So at the end of the day, I just wanted to do the live to tell y'all that, you know, y'all don't have to get so crazy about Sony. Sony has a proven track record. Even though they are going down the path of Xbox 2013, they are getting mad. Tweet me all day. I know you want to get at me, but they are. At the end of the day, Sony has did a poor job of rolling out this console. There's a statewide, a worldwide crisis, and that's affecting it as well, obviously. And all you guys have to do is talk about SSDs, and I'm really not here for that. You know, at the end of the day, the whole feature of the SSD has to be implemented by developers. It's just like when the Xbox One had the DX12, developers had to use that in order for us to see a difference, which no developer really cared. And the SSD is the same situation. If the SSD is so much powerful and faster than other consoles, wouldn't that have to mean only exclusives would use this feature? It's common sense when you listen to what you guys are saying. But once you say that to somebody who's a fan of the console, instead of them hearing you, they get upset and want to attack you. Oh, you not no engineer. You not know this. You not know that. How do you know that? I know a lot more than the average person. And I know that. And I told people my background a million times. And people act like they don't know my background. How would I know this about the console? How would I know that? And when I go on Twitter now, everybody's talking about what a teraflop is, and GDDR and CPU, GPU. Y'all got it. So I don't argue no more. But at the end of the day, just understand the SSD talk is secret source talk. It's no difference between that and when Xbox was talking about the power of the cloud. Y'all are talking about the power of the SSD speed. Come on now. Cut it out. Cut it out. And don't get mad at people for having a little joke or two on you for that. Come on, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it the fuck out. There's no need to get crazy like that. All right? There's no need to. So with that being said, man, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go back and do what I got to do, because unfortunately, I don't get to stay home and tweet and argue all day about how fast the SSD is, unfortunately. But guess what? Unlike a lot of you cats who be coming at me, I ain't hating. I ain't hating. No, it's not the same with Xbox, guys. This generation coming Xbox has the more powerful console on paper. And that doesn't mean that Sony's not going to kick their butt with games, which they probably will. I can say that, and I'm still an Xbox fan. I can admit that. But why can't Sony admit that you sound like Xbox in 2013 when they talked about secret source and the power of the cloud? You guys are doing the same thing with SSD. It's no different. So expect me to say that a lot more because I want you guys to understand that. But I got to get out of here, man. I didn't want to stay here long anyway to begin with. And like I said, if you have people that have to work, it's because they're considered essential. And be grateful because they're doing something to help you guys, even if y'all don't appreciate it. All right? If you're home and you're quarantined or you just got time off or you're whatever you're doing and you're not at work, just remember that there's a crisis going on and there's other things happening when you want to argue all day about a fucking video game. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, it's your boy Jimmybgaming. I'm out of here. Peace.